Hey, we are live. We've already got a small chat gathered, so welcome everybody. This should be a fantastic race. Number 3 seed Jackimus versus number 6 seed Link Sevens. I've been looking forward to this one.
For sure, this should be a great race.
Yep. Jack is he wearing a green tunic? It looks like. He's wearing a green tunic. He is channeling Link right now. Big time. Big time. I mean, it's close to Halloween, so, you know. He's either Link or he's like Reptile from Mortal Kombat. I can't tell which one.
Well, he doesn't have like a face mask, so I don't think he's any Mortal Kombat type of character.
No, not yet.
He looks like some sort of a druid or something, you know?
Yeah, that's true. Some kind of a weird monk, maybe. A black belt. No, not quite. These racers look like they're about ready. In fact, they've started this race, so as soon as the streamline catches up, we will be off and running. So who do you like in this race, Jay Coper? You got a favorite? You got a pick?
Man, this is really hard to handicap. Both these guys are really talented.
Yeah, I gotta say, no offense to Link, he's a fantastic player. I'm gonna give a very, very slight edge to Jackimus in this race.
I think that's fair.
All right, and these runners are off. Jackimus is using his fancy little Dark Nut sprite, which I actually like a lot.
Yep.
There's Palace 2 right out of the gate.
And we got a crappy, really, really bad encounter here. Link takes death. What was in that cave up there? Did Jack go in there?
He did. It looked like it was just a pass-through cave. I'm gonna refresh both of these streams really quick now that we're up and running. So give me 1 second.
Link trying again. If there's anything I learned from my last tournament race, it's give up on this stupid thing.
We do have Medicine Cave on Jack's side, so he'll snag our first item of the game.
And you know, as soon as you see any cave with an item in it in this game, you want to go in it, but I am not a fan of going into Medicine Cave with minimal levels, because it's a pretty long trek through those rooms with all those fireballs and bonefish flying in.
Yeah, the first room is way worse than the second room, I think, but...
Right, for sure.
And there's a trophy, and he's going to go ahead and death abuse his way out of the cave, so...
Yeah, I'm not angry, Larry, by the way.
No, oh yeah, let me fix that, I'm sorry. Forgot to change.
I can act angrier if I have to.
I don't even know what angry Jay Coper would be like. That's nothing that I've seen before, for sure. So Link is in Lifetown. He's about to pick up a spell.
Is there something wrong with my mic? You can hear me fine?
I can hear you just fine. Is any... Oh, you're a bit too loud. Well, okay.
I'm old. The first time for everything.
Yeah, that usually doesn't happen. Usually the commentator, the other guy's way too quiet, but...
Right, and I've never been too loud in my life, basically.
I just turned it down a little bit. Hopefully that's better. I'm going to turn Jackimus's audio up a little bit too. So
I can kind of back off the mic a little bit too.
It sounds great to me, but let me know, chat.
I suppose it's important that both you and the chat can hear it well.
So Jackimus finds Trophy Cave. That's the second of 4 caves with items, and this one just had a magic container, so nothing too crazy. But still a good find. Still something that you don't mind finding, especially early game.
Yeah. Amazing Ampharos has said that magic container might be the #1 item he wants to find early. because it makes casting fairy and spell easier and gives you a better shot at the item in Spell Town. New Kasuto.
Yeah, I mean, I think magic containers sort of diminish in value after a certain point. The first couple are really nice, and then at the third and fourth, it's just like, I don't really care as much anymore.
Right, but the first one is definitely very important. So Jack's going into Palace 1.
Yep.
I'm not sure what resources he has exactly.
No spells. He's got the trophy. That's it. I also missed the spell that Link got out of Lifetown. If anybody saw what that was, please fill me in. Oh, Link did find the raft in Heart Container Cave, so that's a great find. Link got Reflect. Alright, well that is a fantastic spell for him to find as well in Lifetown.
Right, but there's no reason we wouldn't expect Jack to find that just as well when he gets there.
Yeah, he'll certainly pick it up sooner or later.
Link appears to be checking out Death Mountain early. Oh, and he's up an 8.
Oh man, already getting the NPR compliments from chat. That is a high honor. I strive to be like Kai Rizdal. That man is my idol. And so Link's found Trophy Cave. He's going to pick up the medicine container in here as well. I like the graphical glitch that occurs when you get a level up the same time as you pick up an item.
Right.
Still too high on J. Coper, huh? Alright, I'll turn it down a little more. I personally don't think you can ever have too much J. Coper, but if chat says it's too much J. Coper, then I will listen to chat. The medicine container, is that what I said? Whoops.
Well, there's one problem with coming into Palace 1 without downstab. It certainly makes this room that Jack's in right now a lot more difficult.
Yeah. He got the item, though, and it was another magic container.
Yeah.
So far, not terribly exciting.
Yeah, and so both of them in P1. Link taking death not when he wants to, right before grabbing that key and killing that red iron knuckle. Jack's deaths, on the other hand, have seemed to be intentional for the most part, or at least mostly intentional.
It seems that way, yeah. Jack's the kind of guy who, he just pulls out all the stops, and, I mean, of course that'll make you go faster, but it's also like, kind of feels like you're swerving back and forth across the road a little bit sometimes when you watch him play. It's pedal to the metal the whole time. But that's why he's so good, too. That's why he's the number 3 seed in this tournament. He does not know what the word safe means. He's just gonna go for it. And I thought we might see a horse head, but we got at least a couple more rooms before that happens. Seems like a pretty straightforward Palace 1. So there are 4 keys in Palace 1, but only 3 key doors. So that's a +1 key advantage.
Right. That's due to the extra palaces contain extra keys flag.
That's right.
Otherwise, every palace would have the same number of keys as locked doors.
And it looks like this is going to be our horse head fight. Although I don't think Link is that much behind him.
Yeah, that's interesting. And Link's up to attack 3, which is nice. Be interesting to see if he comes out of here with attack 4. I guess he probably will. Yeah,
it's looking that way.
Good shape.
So 8 minutes in, we have our first gem placed by Jackimus.
But I think Link has an edge in exploration, and he's not too far behind in finishing this palace. So
I don't think Link's gotten the item yet, so that's probably what we're going to see him do next.
Right. Yeah, that item room could be a problem. He's gonna very well could take a death here between this room and the next room, and then he'll be on his last life. But even if he gets down to his last life, it shouldn't be too much of an issue for leveling or anything.
Oh.
He doesn't have that much experience.
Jack's struggling a little bit with the water encounter there. Unsurprisingly, that is a tough encounter. Especially with the birds. I hate having the birds in that encounter. That's probably my least favorite spawn on that tile.
Yeah, the birds are rough.
I can't... Is that like the second or third time he's fallen in the water? He's starting to get a little frustrated.
I haven't looked at where this encounter is in relation to the land, but my strategy from now on is going to be to try to skip it if I can.
Link is taking a lot of damage trying to get this item.
Oh, is he gonna kill this blue iron knuckle? Ooh.
Yeah.
Attack 3. He can do it.
With the Mago there, that is a very risky strategy because you don't know where that Mago is going to show up. And now he's just leaving. He's just getting out.
Huh.
Probably...
Well, he get attack 3 there, but...
He's probably planning to come back with down stab, I would imagine, at some point
Yeah.
later on. Birds on this bridge encounter too. Oh wow, and there's a great item on Jack's side.
What was that? Sorry?
It was the boots. The boots on the
Oh,
grass
the boots.
tile.
Alright, okay. Probably second best item after the glove.
We still have not seen Jack get any spells. Link has found the second free spell though in Shield Town. And here's Magic Container Cave. So this is the last cave that we haven't seen yet. So we're about to know what all 5 of these items are. And it's the cross. So if you're going to take the cross, you at least want to find it early. Link finds the fire spell, which you really never want to find ever, but not much you can do about that. So interestingly, neither of these players has found a way to get through key doors yet. There's no magic key, there's no fairy spell yet. Although Jack does have the trophy, I forgot about that. So that might lead to the fairy spell, perhaps?
Right. And Link has the raft, so that could lead to fairy or the magic key on the other side. With the boots and the raft readily accessible, that means that the other continent could be pretty wide open.
Yeah. Jack has found the jump spell, so we might see him make a beeline for Mido now to get down stab.
Man, it's an interesting play by Link here, going into that mountain and so early, repeatedly.
Yeah, he's taking a gamble. Well, it looks like he's given up. He thought about it and then decided not to.
Okay, he's gonna head over to the east. Let's see what it looks like over there.
Not a bad little landing zone for him.
It would be a lot better with the boots, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, that was a long free walk for the East Continent.
No towns. You always like to see a town right by the raft spot there, but no such luck for him. There was a palace. You might see him duck in there and up A to get that life back. That is Palace 6. And this is a dangerous cave.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna make it through there.
Jack found the cross, but Link did not, so this seems like a problematic cave for him to get through.
Yeah, problematic is being generous. You can't see those eyes, and you're almost always gonna have an eye in that cave. It's really hard not to take a couple hits from them at life 2.
And so Jack's found Lifetown. He's going to pick up that very important Reflect spell.
It's interesting how different the items they found so far is.
Yeah, they've taken two completely different routes through this seed so far. Link has run into a couple of unfortunate bad spots early on, and he's got a little catching up he needs to do, but we're just getting started, so still a lot of racing left to be done. And there's the cross that he wishes he had like 2 minutes ago when he was in that cave.
Right. I don't have the sound on, but it'd be interesting to know what he said there. There's the grass tile, so now he'll have the boots too, which is going to make going back over to the east much more appealing to him, I would think.
Yeah, that's very true. And interestingly, Jack has not found the raft yet. I think that might be the last cave that he has to find on this side of the... What? Somehow I marked the kid. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, it should be the cross.
And Link got the trophy as well, I believe. So yeah, item-wise, the only difference right now is that Jack does not have the raft. And he also has the item in P1, but that's just a magic container, so...
Which could be important. When they get over to Spell Town, or...
Yeah, certainly could be. I've run into seeds lately where Reflect has been problematic for me in Palace 4, and I've not been able to cast it even at Magic 3 or Magic 4. I guess Link does not have the trophy. I thought he did pick up the trophy, but he did not go get the spell and jump down.
Must not have it. You would think you're not going to skip out on spells this early in the game.
No, definitely
especially
not.
When you're low on health like this. You can use the refill.
So I wonder what we're going to see Jack do. It looks like he's going into Palace 2. He could very well be key blocked in Palace 2.
Right. Oh, he does have downstab though. That's great.
Yeah, he did go back to Mito to get downstab.
Wait. So he has jump?
He does. He got jump out of Jump Town. Yep.
Oh, okay. Alright. I missed that happen. Too much going on.
Yeah, the trophy was in Medicine Cave. That was the first thing that Jack found. And Jump was in Jump Town. And Jack found the item in 2 right away. It's the horn. He's disgusted by the horn. He is not happy with that at all.
Quite a fate.
He might think that he needs to go into Death Mountain now. We know he's missing a cave, but and I'm sure he knows that as well. But he might think that it's blocked or inaccessible.
And when Jack goes down the elevators, do they look kind of broken?
I didn't notice, but I'll check the next time.
It's weird. I don't know if it's his graphics thing or if it's just my computer working with his or what. But oh, Link's found the water item in the east. It's just a heart.
He actually found the desert tile as well. It was right by it, so both items right next to each other. Now he's found New Kasuto, so just items all over the place.
And what was the... Oh, 6 magic containers.
Yeah.
That hurts.
The desert item was the child, so...
Okay, that's cool.
Oh, Horn is Jack's side, thank you. I mismarked it. He will snag a spell out of here. It's the life spell.
Useful, but not necessary.
And so
generally two spells that are definitely required, which are Reflect and Thunder. They need to find, and then Fairy is almost always required. So
I think Fairy is perhaps required less often than you might think. I've seen a few seeds at least where Fairy was not required. It can be required in 4, 5, 6, and 7. But there's only 1 or maybe 2 rooms in each of those palaces where you actually need it, so...
Right, but you also might need it to ferry through doors.
That's true, yes.
And it's useful for getting downstab and upstab as well, of course.
So Link gave some water to the thirsty lady in Nibiru and was rewarded with the fairy spell, which is a very good spell to find. Jackimus needs the raft. That's the one key item that he's missing. He might think it's on Death Mountain. I'm not sure what he's thinking right now. I kind of wish I did, but he just left Death Mountain, so.
No, I think he knew he was missing this cave here, and this must be the raft is.
Yeah, I believe it is.
Wow. The red dire went down quick at attack 3. Oh, Link's found his way back to the east, it looks like.
Yeah, he's been over here for a little while. He's gotten a couple towns and both items. Maze Island would be a great thing for him to find right now, since he does have the Reflect spell.
Having boots now gives him a free reign over here. Oh yeah, that's right, he was at east when he saw the water in the desert tile. Oh, Jack's over on the east. Right.
That is my cat Franklin that is meowing unhappily. So they're both gonna head into Darunia. Is Link not going for upstab? I guess, or can he not cast Fairy yet? He might not be able to cast Fairy.
I'm not sure. Either way, this spell is probably the more important thing, but then again, it could just be fire. Oh, it's shield.
Yeah, we already know that fire is in Shield Town, actually.
Oh, right.
So we're running out of places to check. In fact, I think Thunder has to be either in Fairy Town or Thunder Town. And if it's in Fairy Town, the medicine, by process of elimination, is on Death Mountain. And Jack's found Thunder Town, so we're about to find out. It is the spell.
Spell could be required. I don't know.
Could be, but Thunder is definitely required, and we need the medicine to get it, so these players are going to have to make a trip to Death Mountain at some point in this seed.
Yeah. I didn't see what the cost of spell was there for Jack.
I missed it too. He does have 6 magic containers, so it seems fairly likely that he'd be able to cast it.
Yeah, it's 70-something. He's got enough.
And he's also found Maze Island and Palace 4, so... And six magic containers is also what he needs to get the item in New Kasuto. So he can get 2 items there. There are 2 items on Maze Island, of course, that he'll probably look for after he does Palace 4. Is Link grinding right now? It looks like he's found... Wow, how much experience did he get from that Los Alphos? It was a lot. And now he's gonna hop into Maze Island.
Let's see if he looks for the items at all, or if he just heads straight towards the palace. Going straight in.
Just getting his lives back.
Oh. Now looking around.
Yep, so there's...
I would personally choose to look around Maze Island first and see if you can find the glove or whatever sitting outside first, so that you know if you have to look inside before you dedicate time to it inside. And the magic key, that's going to be a huge help to him inside.
Yeah, that'll save him a lot of time. Although Jack has not really had many key problems yet, and he doesn't even have the fairy spell either.
He's got 1 key left for Jack. Palace 4 is a good place to start to run out of keys, because a lot of them require going to the end of dead ends that most people want to avoid.
Link 7's up aid there. I thought that was a very interesting move on his part. Not sure what the reasoning for that was.
Huh.
I think he... I'm not sure. I really don't know.
Is he heading back to Death Mountain? Yeah.
Jack got
Guess
the
so.
hammer. Jack has the hammer. He must think that both the trophy and the medicine are on Death Mountain. Which he's half right, if that is what he thinks. He sees that Jumptown and Fairytown are all that's left, and so he must think that both of those are on Death Mountain. And since he needs Thunder still, he might as well go try and grab one of them.
Link did not find Thundertown though, right? So he does not have spell.
No, he did. He found it, for sure.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, he did. I remember that. I saw him duck in there before.
He's missing he's missing J-Coper. He's missing Jump and Thunder. Those are the 2 spells that he's missing. Even if he does believe that the now, did Jack find... Jack didn't beat Karok yet. He didn't place the gem yet. But he decided to leave. Anyhow.
Well, he's going to find the magic key here, so that's going to make it a lot easier for him.
Yeah, much easier. Even if Link believes that the trophy and medicine are on Death Mountain, he can only get one of them, because he does not have the hammer, which we saw Jack just get in Palace 4. Oh, Jack was key blocked, I'm being told. Well, that's not a problem anymore. Very convenient pickup for him, then.
So it'll be interesting to see which item Link is able to get here on Death Mountain. Oh, he finds the hammer spot, so we'll see what this is. This is going to be a big moment in the race for Link.
So I mean, if it's not the medicine, which we know he needs to beat the game, the next best thing would be the glove.
Right.
Anything other than that, and he's just wasted his time doing this.
It'd be an interesting reaction for him if he finds the glove. Like he's expecting to find a spell item and gets the glove instead.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure he has to know that there's one cave on the overworld that he hasn't seen yet, or I guess he didn't get the trophy, but he has to know that he hasn't found Medicine Cave yet. He has to be aware of that.
Would think so, but maybe he's misremembering, or his notes might be off or something.
It's not going to be Hammer, Declore. The hammer is in Palace 4. Jack just found it. If it's the glove, that would be interesting. That means Hammer would also be required. No, it's just a heart container, so...
Oh, that hurts. So Jack's going to have to go back into Death Mountain as well, but when he goes there, he's going to be prepared. And we saw the rock there. It looked like it was accessible from the coast, perhaps.
Yeah, with the boots, it looked pretty easy to get to. And so, you know, that the hammer is still, in fact, required to get the medicine.
Right.
It looks like we kind of have a case of Jack finding everything in the right order, and Link, unfortunately, finding lots of stuff, but just not in the right order that he needs to find it in.
Yeah. I think Link is now going to be looking for his cave that he missed.
Unfortunately, that's just going to get him the jump spell, which he doesn't even really need.
Right.
So where can the glove be? We've narrowed down a lot of stuff. It can be the last item on Maze Island. It can be the one of the two items in Nuka Pseudo. And of course, we could have ourselves a good old-fashioned middle finger percent with the glove in Palace 5.
I do wonder why Link left Maze Island.
Yeah, he found one item and then up 8. I was curious about that as well. It's usually pretty easy to grab both of them out of there. Although he doesn't have down stab, which I'm sure is making life more difficult for him.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I certainly am not a big fan of doing a bunch of palaces without downstab.
I don't remember where Medicine Cave even is. I know Jack found it first thing. I do not remember where he found it.
So Link must be able to get downstab now, and that's what he's making his first priority, I guess.
Not a bad move.
Jack finds the other item in Maze Island.
Yeah, this will be very interesting to see.
Yeah, we're running out of places for the glove to be in, that's for sure.
And it's a heart container.
You needed that heart. You had 0 life.
Yeah. So we know that the glove's either in Nuka Pseudo or Palace 5. The players don't know that yet. Jack's still got a few places to check. Although Nuka Pseudo is very tempting. With six magic containers in the spell, Nuka Pseudo is a very, very nice place to find.
And Jack's got a big lead in levels too. He's at 322 versus 455 for Jack. Yeah, Jack does have Palace 4 completed. You can mark that down. Did he actually
He did.
He went back out?
Yeah, he went back in and finished it.
Okay. Because I saw him kill Carrick and then leave the room, and I didn't know if he went back in, but he must have if he's at 445.
I think he actually went back to grind a little bit, which is not something you're usually used to see him do, but...
Right. He must have been near a big boost. And Jack's found fire.
Doesn't really seem to phase him. I mean, he's in fantastic shape right now. When he finds the glove, it's... Well, I guess the medicine, too, he has to deal with as well, but...
Right. There could be a case of, in Death Mountain, having one cave that goes the right way or something, but that's probably unlikely again, since he just has to find the rock, which is along the coast. So, he does have to go through Death Mountain, but it shouldn't be a long trip. Link's getting the item in 2 here.
This is 1, actually. He game overed here before and never got it.
That's right. I'm thinking it's 2 because of the pallet. Somebody's tricked me.
He just saw that it was a magic container, and he's got to be a little salty about the fact that he spent all that time and game over just for a magic container.
Right. And that he didn't have it when he was in Spell Town. Seems like there's a fairly decent chance that the glove is in Spell Town. 2 out of 3, right?
Yeah, it should be a 2 out of 3 chance.
Although, you would think that maybe having magic containers in a place where they're not needed, where the glove isn't needed to get them, maybe means that there's a slightly higher chance that the glove is behind the magic container door. Since if those magic containers were inaccessible, it couldn't be there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, they could both be magic containers, and you'd still be able to get both items. I don't know. I see what you're saying. I don't know how it affects the odds.
Yeah, it's like a conditional probability thing.
You're the math major.
You should write some computer program to simulate it.
Oh, that's definitely on my list. And so Jack did find New Kasuto. Okay.
Hearts item number 1. I think that's 3 hearts in a row for items that he's found.
Yep. He's gonna go pick up the life spell.
Alright, I turned my speakers down a bit. Hopefully that helps. If not, I can put headphones on.
And this will answer the question for us. I can still hear myself.
You can still hear yourself?
Yeah.
Well, why is it suddenly a problem? That's weird.
Jack has found the glove, so watch out. It's gonna be a quick seed from here on out. He almost forgot the spell. He was probably so happy about the glove. Jack is just about set. The only major obstacle in his way is getting the medicine out of Death Mountain. And then I think we're going to see him start to clear palaces very, very quickly.
Is there any echo now?
Let's find out. No, it sounds good.
Okay.
So, bad news for Link 7. He has got a lot of catching up to do. He's only 1 gem behind, but in terms of the item race, he's a bit farther behind. Although, really, all he needs to do is make a trip to New Kasuto, and then he's back on track, which honestly might be where he's headed at this point. He does have the spell, and he's got those 6 magic containers, so that would be a wise place for him to go take a look. In which case, he's really just a palace behind at that point. Just palace 4 behind. Well, about to be 2 palaces behind, since Jack has found Helmet Head. And I really don't think we're gonna see Jack grind anymore this seed. He is just gonna go.
Well, he skipped that level.
Yeah, he's probably gonna go to 3 next and figures that he can just take it at the next palace.
Right. Not sure if he remembers where Palace 3 is exactly.
I definitely don't remember where Palace 3 is.
I mean, I don't remember where the palaces are when I'm the one playing, so you're not going to remember when I'm watching these guys.
So there's the glove for Link. He can definitely start clearing these palaces now, which I'm sure is what we're going to see him do. We still know he needs the hammer out of 4. I don't think he does know that yet. He has to know that there's still a spell item that he needs somewhere. I'm not sure if he knows where it is or not.
Well, can he determine right now that there's a 50-50 chance that he needs the hammer?
I think so, yeah, because he knows that there's only 2 spells he doesn't have. And one of those items is on Death Mountain, and the other one is not. So,
and he did find the item on Death Mountain that was not hammer block, so you'd have to think that he would look for the item.
I'm not sure where he's headed now. Is he going back to Maze Island, maybe?
I would expect him to.
Which is actually the best place for him to be, since that, Palace 4 is where that hammer is.
Right. You might check for the other overworld item here first.
That's really the one advantage that he has at this point, is the fact that he has a pretty good idea that he's going to need the hammer. Jack still has a town left to check before he confirms that he needs to go diving into Death Mountain, and so... not a huge advantage for Link, but he's definitely going to need some help to catch up.
Yeah, the advantage for Link certainly would have been much greater if the spell item was actually in the Hammer Cave, and not in the rock.
Jack's found the item in 3. I think we know at this point that it's got to be either a heart container or a magic container. He's not even going to get it. I can't say I blame him. With 6 magic containers and 7 heart containers, that is plenty to beat the game.
I mean, I would blame him, but you and I don't think quite the same way.
if I only had 4 magic containers, I might have gone for it. If I only had 4 heart containers, that would be a much closer call for me. But I guess I'd probably still go for it. Any more than that though, and I'd probably skip it.
Alright, Link's found the other item now. This is just a heart, I believe, so he'll have all 8 hearts.
And he up A's
And he
again.
up an A's. Why did he up an A?
It seems like you're right there by Palace 4. You might as well just go take care of business.
Yeah, I used to be a believer in waiting on Palace 4, but then I realized it's not really much more difficult than 2 or 3.
Well, and just the amount of backtracking required to get back there, too.
Right, but then the boss is free. It has nothing to do with what level you're at. So, as long as you can cast Reflect, you're good to go.
Yep. So Jack's on cruise control right now. He's not having any trouble with these palaces, although he does still have the 2 most difficult palaces left to come.
Right, this is looking like it could have been a close race, but it's starting to separate a little. Link only went into P4 to up an A and refill his lives that I ever saw.
Yeah, he didn't go in, he didn't try to explore anything that I saw. I think he's probably frustrated about that cave that he hasn't found yet, and I would be too if there was a cave that I knew that I hadn't seen on the overworld. That would be annoying, for sure. So Palace 6 was pretty close to the raft spot. Looks like that might be where Jack's gonna go next. I think Palace 5 was up north?
Link's gonna head into Palace 3. That's not surprising. So, I expect we'll see him look here for the hammer first.
He never did Palace 2 yet, although I guess he already got the item out of there. So.
Yeah, he did the item. I think he's waiting to finish Palace 2 until he has the glove, so he knows that he can finish it.
Well, he does have the glove.
Oh, well, when he was in Palace 2 before, I don't think he had it. So,
yeah, that's
there's
right.
no reason for him not to go back to Palace 2 now, but maybe he's more concerned about the spell. And maybe he kind of just happened upon Palace 3 and decided there's no reason not to go in there and look for it. The hammer and finish it, the palace.
So Palace 6, where Jack is right now, can get a little confusing with all the drop rooms and such.
I can. Man, what? Link runs into the item room and doesn't get it.
Nope.
Huh.
He must not think that he needs the hammer then, or something. I'm not sure.
Guess. That is odd. Not even thinking about that possibility, I suppose.
You'd have to be a little nervous. I mean, if you know that you're missing the trophy and the medicine, and one of them's under Spectacle Rock, that would make me a little nervous.
I wonder when he's gonna realize that he needs the hammer. Like, is he gonna avoid the item when he gets into 4?
That's a very good question. It's possible that just missing that cave has thrown him off so much that he's maybe even a little on tilt right now. Although he doesn't look like it just from looking at his face cam.
I think Link's usually a person of pretty mild reactions in general. Kind of like some other people I know. We're in reenact the hard way.
Yeah, unfortunately, just didn't quite get close enough to the edge.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's just a matter of luck. It's going to be up to attack 5, I think.
Yep, and we have a Barba fight on Jack's side. No jump. He has the jump spell, but just decides not to use it. I guess he's just more comfortable without.
Jack's a pretty good gamer. He wins this race, he moves into the top 4 of the winner's bracket in this tournament, and he's in the final 4 of the Dragon Warrior Randomizer tournament as well.
He's really good. No doubt about that.
He's a good punch-out player, too.
You see Link, I think he is looking for that cave that he can't find. I mean, it has to be relatively close to start, because Jack found it right away. Pretty much.
Gonna kill him even more when he realizes that that cave is not the answer to his problems.
Yeah, that's very true.
It just hasn't been a good race for Link at all.
No, it's unusual for him. I mean, he's a very good player. I think he just got a little bit of bad luck on this one.
Jack's just got 1 palace left. It's been a pretty quick race for Jack here.
Yeah, he's on a fantastic pace. In fact, depending on how trolly Guma is, I mean, this is darn near sub-hour pace that Jack's on right now.
Yeah,
well, no,
so,
he needs the medicine still, though. That's the one hang-up.
Oh yeah, that's gonna take some time, but probably not a ton. He'll probably beeline towards the rock once he sees that, since that's obvious where that item is, and he'll be happy to see that that's the one thing that he needs.
Yeah.
Does he have all 7 spells otherwise?
No, he has not gotten the spell out of Darunia yet, but he does have the child, and I think we probably will see him go there first.
Right. There's no reason why he wouldn't go there first, since he already has the item. That would be the most logical choice.
Link is just taking every cave that he can find, trying to find the medicine cave. I mean, you gotta feel bad for him. Anybody who's played not just this randomizer, but any randomizer has had this happen where they just can't find, they lose something and it just kills a run. It happens to everybody at some point.
I don't think that losing cave itself is causing him to lose the run, but it is definitely a huge contributing factor. Decides to up an A.
Well, I mean, the cave he wants is, I think, just directly to the right of start. I don't know if he, I don't think it's that one. I think there's another one that's a little bit south, maybe. Jack did not go far. It might be like that one that's kind of in the graveyard over to the left there. So he kind of has to go up and around to get to it. Or it might be that one right there in the forest. Down on the bottom of the screen.
That's down there.
He's gonna go through this cave.
Through this one.
He's been through this one before. Palace 5 is being trolly to Jackimus here. He is found a lot of dead ends. And it's a big palace. Gets really old really quick.
You know, there's often a choice right at the beginning of Palace 5 where you can go right or down. And when you get deep into Palace 5, don't you often start to wonder, man, was Guma just like right at that other choice at the start?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about having that choice there is at least you can up an A and get back there quickly. You don't have to backtrack all the way back to the beginning. I hate Palace 5s where they have a big, long, linear path before you got the get to a choice, before you get to a fork in the road, because then your up A is really taken away from you.
Thinks up an A again.
I kind of hope he stops going through those paths through caves, because I think he's been through all of them. Looks like he's just gonna go.
Try to finish off Palace 2, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to do it, so might as well.
And at least if he does this, then he'll have higher levels for exploring. I'm looking here. You know what the lowest time of the tournament has been so far?
I think Jackimus has it, actually.
He had a 77. Is that the lowest one?
I think so, yes. I'm fairly certain.
Yeah, definitely not the lowest we've seen on tournament seeds. I heard there's someone who got a couple sub-hours, but...
Yep. I don't know if we'll see many of those in the tournament itself. It takes the right set of conditions to make that happen. Oh man, the seed we played last night. Were you in that one? Yeah, I think you were. The one we did last night. Should have been a sub-hour, but that trolley GP took it away from me.
I know I haven't had anything close to a PB for me in a few days at least.
So another gem for Link, and he's making progress. That's good. I wonder if maybe he's just given up for now, or I wonder what he's gonna try and do next.
You gonna just head to the other side? There he goes. Huh.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't find it, you might as well take a break and at least go do something else and make some progress for a while. And
well, if he goes into level 4 and he actually gets a hammer, that could be a blessing in disguise for him.
Very true. Very true.
Though, I mean, as far as the race goes, Jack is currently fighting Guma here, so there is probably not much of a hope for a comeback for Link at this point. It would have to be a crazy great palace that Jack has a whole bunch of trouble with, and it just takes the right way immediately.
And he is headed to Palace 4, I presume.
Right. Gonna get upstab and shield, it looks like. He doesn't know it's shield, but that's what he's heading towards.
Yep.
So I expect it'll be interesting to see. If I were him, I wouldn't want to up an A immediately. With the 2380 out of 2450.
Decides against the Fairy Claw strats in favor of the old school super jump. You don't see that too much anymore. Though technically it is faster if you hit it on your first try.
Faster by like less than a second.
Yeah, it's a very minimal savings, and I do not know many people who can consistently hit that on their first try.
Yeah. I usually get it first or second, but on my first try, I don't take the first try right out of the door. I will kind of prepare myself for it a little bit.
Alright. So Jack has to know at this point that he's got to make his way into Death Mountain to get the medicine.
Fortunately, there is an entrance to Death Mountain right on the other side of the raft, so maybe that's what he's thinking here. Just go back down, take the raft spot back, and get into Death Mountain. Link is currently in Palace 4.
Yes, he is, which is where he needs to be. In fact, he's about to snag the hammer, so this is actually good news for him.
Yeah, for some reason does not get the item in Palace 3, but here he is getting it out of Palace 4.
Yeah, it's fate. Struggling with these enemies, though. I'm not sure why he doesn't just jackhammer past that guy. There he goes. Although
he's gonna die.
Yeah, the Doom Knocker behind him is harder to get around, actually.
And he just up an ace. Did he finish the palace? Okay, now he's gonna go finish the palace.
Yeah, he's gonna go finish it up. Jack, trying to remember where Death Mountain was. Didn't you say it was right by the beginning there?
I thought there was a Death Mountain entrance right off the raft. Like if you went south from the raft? Or was it even south? It might have
No,
just
you're right. It's right by the raft. There is one there. I don't remember where the second one is.
Oh, I have no idea where the second one is. So, an interesting note right now, there's another race going on currently between Zarnax and Nirm, and it's set up right now so that the loser of this race, there's a good chance that he will be playing the winner of that race in a couple rounds.
Oh, nice.
There's still one round to happen in between that, but would be a race of interest to the participants of this race.
And so there's a Karok fight. Link is making up a very small amount of time here while Jack tries to figure out where the entrance to Death Mountain is, although I don't think it's going to be enough time to make too big of a difference. It won't take Jack too long to get that cave.
Yeah, after all, Link is still missing things as well. But he does have the hammer.
Yeah,
which is good for him, because he's probably going to head back towards that rock instead of looking for that cave that he's missed this whole time.
Probably so, yeah.
And maybe in the end, is looking for that cave might be what's cost him, even with all of the other things he's done that could have saved him a little more time.
With Palace 5 and Palace 6 left, you know, that makes... Those are the two largest palaces, besides Palace 7 and...
Is Palace 6 really large? I never thought of it having that many rooms, but...
I'm fairly certain it's the second largest after Palace 5. So he's going to go take care of P5, which is not a bad idea.
I think I enjoy the puzzle of Palace 6 a lot.
The drop rooms really make it very unlike any of the other palaces.
Right. A little like Palace 4. Palace 4 is a cheap imitation, but...
Well, the drop rooms in Palace 4 are almost always in the same configuration.
Right.
Jack is very excited about Death Mountain, and he's actually getting up, and he must need to go to the bathroom or something. I can't imagine why else he would do that. Kind of strange. I mean, he's playing really well. He must think that he's somewhat ahead, but still in the middle of a tournament race, that I'm not going to want to get up and leave unless I absolutely have to.
Yeah. Must absolutely have to is the obvious guess.
Well, Link's found Guma here, so really only one palace behind. Certainly makes it more exciting for us.
I hope everything's okay with Jack. I hope it was just a bathroom break. It's kind of funny, though, that the door is right behind him and you saw him go out the door.
Jack's not the kind of guy just to get up and go have a smoke in the middle of a race, as far as I know.
No, I don't think his urges are that bad. He'll definitely get up before or after the race and before any sort of post-race interview, but not in the middle of the race.
We will certainly let you know when he gets back. Meanwhile, Link is catching up, so he's just really one palace behind at this point.
That 8-3. That's crazy. You gonna go into Death Mountain first?
Looks that way. Jack is back. He just sat down, so he'll start playing again here very shortly. You can see him, he's kind of chuckling a little bit and smiling, so I think he just had to go to the bathroom real quick or something.
Yeah. Anyone who can hear what he's saying should.
Well, we're listening to his audio. He doesn't have his mic on.
Oh, he doesn't have his mic on. Okay. Alright. I don't have his audio on myself. So they're both in Death Mountain, huh?
Yep. Link knows where the rock is. Jack does not. So finding Hammer Cave would actually be a bad thing for Jack right now. Link knows that he just needs to get to the coast as fast as possible. And so he's trying to make a beeline, but can't get there from that area. And Jack actually has found the coast.
Link actually might be agonizing that. He's still wondering if he's missing out on that other item.
Jack found Hammer Cave, but the rock's right there, so he's going to go get it. They're both actually going to get it basically at the same time.
This would be really exciting if Link already had that other palace completed.
Yeah, it sure would. Being a palace behind, though, is unfortunate for Link.
Huh. So Jack does not up an A. Well, I guess he's got 2,600 experience. Maybe he's going to try to finish off this level.
Perhaps?
Link is definitely going to go into Palace 7 with better levels than Jack has.
Jack does not need levels, though. I mean, really, the only thing you're attacking in Palace 7 is Thunderbird, for the most part. So where the heck was Mido? Mido was... Was it up north? I don't remember. Is that it right there? Where Link is, maybe. Nope. There it is. So, Link wins the race to Thunder, but that's just a sub-race within the overall scheme of things.
Definitely going to be breathing a sigh of relief, though.
Yeah, if he came in here and saw that it wasn't Thunder and he had to go find that other cave that he was missing, oh my gosh. That would be very frustrating for him.
I would have my doubts about him finishing the race at that point.
Yeah, so I mean, that's kind of the story of the race. I think you're right, Jay Coper, that just looking around for that cave is really, I mean, that's
right.
a big reason that cost him there.
And I think that, it affected his decision-making in other parts where, even if it was a little unrelated to what was the best thing to do next, maybe he just changed his decisions a little because he was thinking too much about this cave he had missed. Jack's right behind him with Thunder, so he'll go right into Palace 7, and then Link will have to finish up Palace 6.
Yep. Now, Palace 6 is very close to Palace 7, so, I mean, if Link gets a really, really good Palace 6 and Jack struggles in Palace 7, we could still have ourselves a tight race here.
It didn't seem like Jack was in there too long.
He did find at least one dead end before he found Barba. It'll just kind of depend on the route that Link takes through here. But yeah, it wasn't a particularly bad Palace 6. The usual strategy of just going right whenever possible seemed to work out for a reasonably fast Palace 6.
Did Jack get his level yet?
I don't think so.
Not. Interesting to see how that plays out here on the way to the 7. It gets hard at this point. You know, oh man, those scorpions are worth 300. That helps.
You don't see people killing those scorpions very often, though.
Yeah, but if he has the thunder to use, he'll pop into the town and refill his... Oh, there's another scorpion. Let's see if he goes after it. Killing this guy here. That scorpion would finish him off. Oh, he's gonna try to get her bag out of here, hopefully.
Yeah.
There it is. That'll do it.
So 656 for Jack. Going into 7.
Right.
Link, I think, tried to jump over that hole but fell down. Fortunately for him, I think that actually saves him a little time in Palace 6, as he's about to find out. And then if I'm remembering correctly, if he falls, well, he doesn't want to fall again. He wants to take the alternate.
There's a ton of experience just sitting at the front of this palace here. Definitely nice to see those blue iron knuckles worth 300. Sometimes they're worth 70. That's just killer. They're not going down easy.
So here we go. Great palace for Jack.
What is this sprite that he uses, by the way?
He calls it an iron knuckle. I mean, clearly it's a sort of a custom iron knuckle.
Yeah, it almost looks like it's from another game. Oh, Jack takes the first drop. Says, why not? Doesn't look like the best drop to come out of.
I mean, if you're gonna take drops, early is definitely the time to do it. Taking drops later always makes you nervous because you just don't know if it's gonna loop you all the way back or not. But when you're early, what do you really have to lose, right? You can always up A and get back pretty quickly. It is kind of a gamble though, because I mean, for all we know, Thunderbird could have been in that room right next to that that drop room.
Right. Oh, Link has found Barba. If Thunderbird is in that next room, he has a chance to come back on Jack right here.
That's very true. Could end up being a costly gamble.
Quite a comeback too. Was Link like 4 gems behind at some point?
Yeah, it did not look like a very close race, you know, half an hour ago even. Now it feels a lot closer. I mean, these runners are, what, maybe 3 or 4 minutes apart, I'd say? And Link's gonna get a boatload of levels here as well.
Yep. I always prefer, if I can, when I'm getting this big boost, to try to leave the palace and get those levels on the road. Maybe ferry through some encounters on the way.
And that's a loop right there for Jack.
Oh,
you can see him
back to the start.
You can see him shaking his head a little bit. So if Link goes the other way, perhaps you know, gaining even more ground on him.
That's a few minutes to made up right there. That's for sure.
Assuming Thunderbird is this way, Thunderbird could be up one of those elevators that Jack passed, perhaps, or you know, he could have been going the right way, but just didn't take the right fork in the road. Takes a big bot to the head. Link takes a lava bath. Oh, and here's Thunderbird right here. Wow. So going right in that pit room is the right way to go.
Who knew that going right could be correct?
Now, Link does have the level advantage here, especially when it comes to this Thunderbird fight. In both attack and health, as we see Jack take a death.
Yeah. And Jack's down to 1 life left.
Yeah, one more death here, a game over for Jack, and all of a sudden, the tables will have turned.
Right, there's basically no advantage left for Jack if he gets a game over, because Link is almost certainly going to go right and go straight to Thunderbird, so...
Oh no! Link!
No, he falls. Oh,
I blame Enchantress of Numbers for starting a trend. Just because it works once doesn't mean it's the right choice to make.
is Link thinking he's gonna make that boost there? It looked like he was considering it for a second.
Link likes to do that, actually. He's a big fan of taking that boost there.
Oh no.
If Link had gone straight, we would have been talking about totally different race here.
Right.
Now, Jack is on his last life, and he's very low on health, so still certainly possible for him to take a game over and Link to make up some ground that way.
So I feel like if Link were metagaming this a little and thinking about, is he ahead or is he behind? Does he have to take risks? Because of all the time he spent looking for that cave, he probably thinks he's behind and he should take that first drop.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps.
Little does he know that Jack also took that drop.
So he kind of
just put him further behind.
He kind of out-meted himself a little bit, I guess. And look at this. Well,
there's Dark Link. Wow.
It's clinch time though, because Jack, he can't take a hit.
Well, does he have life he can use or anything?
No, I think he cast shield, but I don't think that's gonna save him, even if he takes a shot.
Right.
We'll see how trolly he is.
Wow. Damage of this Dark Link when he needed it the most.
Yep. Whew. So we still had ourselves an exciting ending to that race. Not really what you thought was going to happen a few minutes ago. I would have loved to have seen what would have happened if Link had gone to the right instead of falling down that pit.
Oh, for sure. That would have been quite something.
Maybe people will learn a lesson from this and stop falling down that stupid pit.
Or even if Jack had not finished off that Dark Link fight, this would have been quite the interesting race.
Yeah, it would have been really close.
I think he's on our channel here.
Oh, hey, Jack. What's up? Congratulations, man.
Hey, thanks, Dig.
Yeah. Man, what a race. You had a commanding lead, and then Link caught up, and it was a nail-biter there at the end. If one of you had taken a slightly different choice, we'd be having a conversation with Link right now instead of you.
Oh, yeah. I'm honestly surprised I won that after I unexpectedly had to take off for a couple of minutes.
Yeah,
but,
we were wondering what was going on there. Saw you get up and leave in the middle of the race, but you had a pretty big lead at that point.
Just some random shenanigans. I don't want to go into too much detail there.
No,
but,
that's fine. I mean, you had a very, very large lead around the halfway point. You were ahead by probably 4 or 5 palaces, really, at one point, and then Link just slowly started making his way back. And at the end, you were neck and neck basically in Great Palace, but you both decided to fall down the pit. I'm not sure what the reasoning is for taking that drop there right inside Great Palace.
Well, my reasoning, at least for taking the pit, is I knew I had to take off for a couple of minutes there, and this frankly was a pretty easy seed. So I figure the meta is to just go right. You do your due diligence and you see what's right of the bridge before you go down, and I'm thinking we're probably really close. I'm going to take a chance on going down. It ended up being a big loop, but I guess if what you guys are saying, Link did the same thing, so we probably had a very similar route through the Great Palace then, would be my guess.
It almost cost you the race. If he had not done the same thing, which he might have done it for the same reasons that you did, actually. If he had gone right instead of falling down the pit, I don't even know who would have won. It would have been really close. It would have been really close.
Yeah, if you followed the meta of go right as often as possible, this is one of the shorter Great Palaces. I think it was 9 rooms as long as you follow the go right meta. It was really short as long as you don't find the loop there.
Yep.
And I think you said earlier that I might have been as much as 4 or 5 palaces ahead. That's a little more than I thought, but I definitely got both the boots and the glove very early on, relatively, in this race for sure. So I knew my palaces were done pretty quickly. I don't have a timer up or anything whenever I do these tournament races because it psychs me out, but I'm pretty sure I placed all of my gems in under an hour, and then I had to go track down Thunderspell.
Yeah, it was right around an hour when you finished up. That's about right. You were crushing it, man, on those first 6 palaces. You were flying. It looked like you might have had a little trouble getting through, finding your way back to Death Mountain there at the end as well.
Yeah, I did. I think I found one entrance to Death Mountain within the first 5 minutes. So an hour later, whenever it's like, oh, I actually am going to need to go to Death Mountain to track down the medicine, I had no idea where it was. So I think I probably went in and out of almost every cave in West Hyrule to track down where Death Mountain actually was.
Yeah.
And then I actually found a different entrance to Death Mountain than I initially did, because I remember a couple of caves in, I walked back on the world map and I'm like, I remember being here and going in this cave. Why didn't I go this way? Why did I think it was on the south half of West Hyrule there? So, that's another couple of minutes I possibly could have got back there, but I was thinking it'd be very unlikely that Death Mountain would be necessary with the early boots, early glove. I already found the trophy, so there's only one spell item, so there's like a 1 in 8 chance that you need to go through Death Mountain to get a required spell to finish the game there. So if for example, Thunder was in Darunia, like this had potential to be a sub 1 hour seed there. It was pretty easy for the most part.
I was actually thinking that you might be on sub-hour pace, except for that little trip to Death Mountain that you had to make at the end.
You gotta take care of your family.
Hey, Link.
Hey, guys.
Hey, man, how's she going?
There's a little bit of an echo.
Yeah, we're getting an echo from you, Link.
Yeah, I just stopped the stream, so that should hopefully stop. Yeah, well, so other than, not winning, it was mostly, it was a pretty good seed, I think. Just...
Yeah, what do you think slowed you down the most on that one?
I think my biggest issue is I kept looking for Medicine Cave, and I'm not sure it was actually accessible.
Yeah.
It was.
If we told you that it didn't exist.
It was. What was I missing? How should I have gotten to Medicine Cave? It turns out I didn't need it anyway.
I don't exactly remember, but Jack found that cave first.
Yeah, I think Medicine Cave was the second item cave that I found. I found it maybe 2 or 3 minutes into the race. I think it just had a heart container at the back of it. No, it had the cross, is what it had. I think it was the cross. Don't quote me on that right now.
It had the trophy, actually.
Yeah, it had to have had the trophy, because...
Oh, it did have the trophy. Okay.
Yeah, because that's what I was like. Late, I was missing the trophy and the water of life, and I had to find one or the other. And I kept searching around for Medicine Cave and not finding it.
We're having a really hard time hearing you. Like there's a lot of background noise or something.
Yeah. Hang on.
I'll walk up on them too.
Hey, I'm sorry, can you pause it for a minute? Thank you.
How long is a minute going to last?
Hey, sorry, hopefully that's a little better.
Oh yeah,
That's much better.
Yeah. So Jack, you're going on to face the winner of Unos versus Buzz Thunder, and looks like Link, you get to take a little vacation. There's still 2 more rounds to be played before.
Just a quick interview after the race.
Oh, okay. Is it gonna be like how long is a minute?
I don't know how long.
Okay, let's Hours, which is seriously.
So, yeah.
Zelda 2
Anyway,
Randomizer
sorry.
ruins relationships. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here.
Yeah. So Link, you get to take a little break. There's 2 more rounds to be played before we even know who your next opponent is going to be.
In the bonus bracket.
Yeah, one of four people, including myself, could possibly be your next opponent. So,
Wait, no, that's not right.
yeah, that is right. Scorpion Max, Undead Phil, myself, or Dark Magician will be Link's next opponent.
Okay. No, I had something. Okay, I looked at the numbers wrong. I'm sorry. I thought 56 was going down to the Zarnax. Like I said earlier, I thought 56 was the Zarnax track. Right, no, that's Amazing Ampharos and King Doll. Okay.
Yep.
Right, so...
Got anything else for these runners, Jay Coper?
Oh man, if you only knew, Link, the size of the comeback you made, I'm sure you felt like you were way behind in Great Palace, and you felt like you had to take a chance. You took the drop, but if you hadn't taken the drop, it
would have been awfully close. Yeah, based on where Thunderbird was, I'm sure that would have really made it pretty close. So I ended up looping after not too long, but yeah, that right there probably cost me at least a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then Jack actually beat Dark Link on his last life with no health left.
Yeah, got a little tense at the end.
Yeah, so a game over there also would have made things very, very interesting at the end of the race.
Right.
Yeah, it was also had a good 9 or 10 rooms to go back through to get there. So I definitely got a little lucky there. It seems like most of the time you're going to get hit on average once, maybe 2 times when you fight Dark Link. He likes to just be a huge troll and just jump into your corner, and it's like, oh, what am I supposed to do?
I even took a death there too. But then I did legit strats after that since I already lost.
It was also a lot of fun.
Halloween cool trick.
It's a lot of fun seeing both of you go and find the medicine at the same time. Like you broke the rock and fell and got the medicine at pretty much exactly the same time.
That's pretty funny.
Yep.
Yeah. The difference was that Link still had to do Palace 6 after that.
Yeah.
It was a short one.
I see.
Yeah, it was a pretty short. Actually, like 5 and 6 were both pretty short. Even 4 wasn't that long.
5 took me a little while.
I probably made up some ground there too.
Meta at the start of 5, but then whenever I found a dead end, I up and 8 and I checked all the stuff to the left. So it was a little while before I got to the elevator and went up twice and found the boss. So
yeah, I didn't need any more items by that point, so I was searching right instead of left.
Yeah, I wasn't really looking for the item in 5, but 5 is pretty big, so sometimes left is the right way to go. I figure, I know I found a dead end to the right at the start. You had that left-right junction right at the start. I figured I'd try left a couple of times and found a couple of relatively quick dead ends there, but still cost me a couple of time over just going right, and instead of going up and right, go up and then right.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I think like a lot of the open races we've done, Jack usually comes in a little ahead of me, so I'm not necessarily too disappointed, but I'm always going for the win. So, but this is still the upside of the bracket, so I still have a chance.
I wouldn't say usually. I know that you've beat me quite a few times at the randomizer here. I was going into this thinking that this was going to be one of the closest matches so far there, and I don't necessarily think that we let anyone down in that aspect. It was a
I knew it'd be a tough one for sure.
Hell.
Yeah, I mean, you both played really well, both coming in with sub 90s. I mean, that's just a really good race all around. So, good news is none of you are out yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing both of you play some more matches. That'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
And
that's kind of the nice thing about being in the winners bracket. I mean, I'm still going in, say, like the Dragon Warrior tournament, but I've been in the losers bracket of that thing since the first race. So those races get really, really stressful. Here in the when you're in the winners bracket, there's a little less pressure at first. It's like, well, you don't want to lose ever, but you can at least afford to lose. So I don't quite get the heart threatening to break my rib cage kind of sensation that I get whenever I'm on the brink of elimination. But
well,
yeah, it's a little more relaxing. But whenever you have a really tough opponent like Link Sevens here, I think I really wanted to be on top of my game for this one, and I can't really honestly think of any real mistakes I made. I don't think I had any bad game overs or bad fights or anything. I died a few times unintentionally for sure, but I don't think any death cost me more than 10 seconds. I didn't have any like, oh, game over, 5 minutes gone kind of thing here. Really just kind of trying to focus and bring the A game, because you got a good opponent there, and if you're not on top of the game, that's it, man. You can't win the race.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it definitely game over trying to get the item out of one early because there was a blue iron knuckle in there that wasted me pretty quickly. But
yeah, I actually remember that in one. One was a little nasty in that aspect, but I think all I did was I think I just swung into his shield until he was backed against the pedestal that the item's on, and then I just jumped over him. Yeah.
Alrighty, well, I think that's probably going to do it for us. Congrats to Jack, and thanks to both of you guys for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for the restream, guys.
Yeah, of course. We got another race happening right now, so I'll send you over to that one in just a second. But before I do, just a real quick plug. Tomorrow we got a double header. Looks like Undead Phil and Scorpion Max are going to race at 8 o'clock Eastern, and then I'm racing Dark Magician at 11 o'clock Eastern. Both of those will be on Angry Larry's channel, so be sure to come check those out.
Oh man, we got an evening full of Zelda 2 tomorrow. That's great.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun. But I'm going to send you over right now to Bent Glass Tube, where Zarnax and Nirm are playing a losers bracket race. So enjoy that, and thanks for hanging out with us tonight, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, man.